Hey, welcome back to No Man's Sky, and look at how long it's been since I played this game. Almost a month. I swear it was a lot longer than a month, but apparently it was just a month. Okay, I do know that I recorded something really quick, and that's what's currently loading in here. But I wanted to say something really awesome. I just got a message, not from YouTube, of course, but from like another source that said I reached 500 subscribers. Isn't that insane? I reached 500 people out there in the world that actually like just relish the things that I do. I'm getting messages from people saying, hey, you need to do this. You need to work with that and stuff. And so it's actually making me feel really nice. I appreciate all the love and attention you guys are giving. Even though I've not recorded anything for like the better part of a month, part of the reason is literally getting sick, you know? So I got sick for like what felt like a month and a half or so. I actually started getting sick sometime in December. It was rough, and all I was doing was coughing and coughing and coughing, and I couldn't really talk, and that sucks. No, it's like I didn't want to record anything. All I wanted to do was just do nothing. So guess what? I played through Final Fantasy VIII. I played through a bunch of other games, and now I'm working on Assassin's Creed 3 again for the second time. So that's actually quite fun. And I know that was a bad hiccup. And I put No Man's Sky away just for a little bit because I just need a break. I just need to not be on the computer, go someplace else, literally, and just veg out. That's kind of what I did week after week. What's up with loading? They did an update to this game, and it's probably because of all of my wonderful funky technology that exists all out here. Oh my god, the hiccup! This is insane. I'm trying to record a 500th video. Oh my god. Guys, I can't talk. 500th subscriber video. I am going to try to make a Plinko game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just start with 6 and see if I need to expand it at all. So the Plinko game, in order to make a successful Plinko game, we need a wall. And at the very top, we need a way for the ball to drop. So we're going to start with the mechanical elements of Plinko. And then I'm going to try, crossing my fingers here, I'm going to try and see if I can wire up a scoring system that actually works. And continuously add whatever goes into the bottom down here. Which I may have to dig out a little bit. But we're going to see what this does. And if it works, I will have successfully built the first Plinko game in No Man's Sky. At least as far as I can tell, I don't think anyone did. I know someone had built a skee ball game, but nobody did Plinko. So we're gonna see if we can make that happen. And if it works really well, we're gonna have some really cool fun with it, and it's gonna do some kind of fun stuff. It won't be random, but it might be random enough to make it work. Is this high enough? Maybe we'll go a little more. Okay, folks, so I'm going to be using these spears here, and this is how the balls are going to essentially fall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got essentially 6 rows where the balls could fall. And see, the idea here is to use that as the means for dropping the... Hello? What the heck? You're going to ruin my thing, man. You're going to fly right into it. That's crazy. Anyway, so let's get some power going on up here. I'm just going to temporarily put a solar panel and maybe a biofuel reactor at some point up here. And we're just going to power this thing with the solar panel. Just kind of connect it so that way we can see what the ball does. And the ball, of course, lands. And then we're going to have to shut it off using this same thing. And that will essentially have to go back and power it again in order to get the ball to shut off. So as if somebody was going to use 2 of them, I would have to have the ability to record the score down there if I was going to use the exact same ball to make the thing happen, as you saw here, where the power just had to be repowered again. So we know the ball falls pretty decently, actually going all the way down. So the question now is we need to find some way to create a barrier. And I thought about this originally either using the decorations, not so much like this stuff, but this type of thing. And I was thinking about I could use the pipes, but I want something like thin, kind of like a flag setup here. That's kind of cool that we have spears. Okay. Alright, folks, I found a way to get a flag to kind of stick out a little bit and be a little Plinko marker, which is good, but I had to use one of these cubes to make that happen. So I'm going to try to see if we can do this, and I had to use a floor panel and a cube to make this happen. So where did I get the cube? I got the cube, of course, from decoration to adornments, and there's our cube. And so I'm going to try to see if I can put this in a variety of different like locations, so that way the thing will hopefully just land in different spots And I don't know how it's going to work, but we're going to try it. And we're just going to pick a random flag and just do this. So what I did here is I did left alt. I hit the A button to get this to turn this way. And at the same time, that helped me get the Q button to go the other way. This is on default controls, by the way. And eventually you just kind of get this in the direction that you want it in. And the challenge here then becomes, how do I like attach this to the wall? And that's where it became a little tricky, at least over here. I was able to do it there. I don't know why. But let's see. Oh, there it goes. See, I got an attachment. I just have to find that right, one little spot that will hit it right there. Now this gap is a little big, but if you notice where the ball goes, if the ball happens to fall this way, it will hit this and then kind of land that way. So that means there should be like a Plinko marker somewhere right here in the middle. So I'm going to try this. I don't know why this worked from like up on high, but it did. Oh wait, did you see that? There's a green spot right there. So what I have to do is I think I have to find a way to land a few more markers, but it has to be offset. So like every other one needs to be every other cube in a different spot. So the next cube up should be like right here. So that way I can get a marker there. And then there should be a set of markers down here. So I'm going to have to add an extra layer down on below. There it goes. Yeah, see, this is working out nice. Okay, I've been working on cubes for what feels like 20 hours. It's only been like probably like 3 minutes. But I'm getting a voice in my head that says, doors and corners, kid. If you guys have been watching science fiction, you'll know exactly where that's from, okay? If you don't know, it's from The Expanse. Yes, from Josephus Miller. And you gotta like the guy. So guys, I noticed something interesting. The Plinko thing tends to, just by pure bias of how I built this, most of them tend to fall over here. Only a few of them fall over here, and it's probably just by design, just how I got the flags. But hey, what can I do with that? You know, the flags are actually kind of hard to set up via glitches. Takes a little work, especially after you built them. So what starts to happen, they start to go in certain directions. This one, oh good, this one didn't get stuck. For a second I was like, it's going to get stuck. So what happens is it doesn't go completely over. It pretty much stays in the same place. But I can work with it, okay? I can work with it. It's still Plinko. It still does what it does. It didn't quite land properly over here. What's going on here? I want to at least have the ability to have it go that way. But hey, whatever. I'll delete that one in a second. What in the world? How'd you even get here if you stick out? That's so bizarre. Hello everybody, welcome back. It's me. I just went away, so for you it was just a screen grab later. For me it was like 2 or 3 days later, and the entire time community research milestone was done, and the entire time something called the living ship was created, and here I am just trying to make a working Plinko machine. I love this game sometimes and how it works. So where I left off here is I was going to dig out some space down here, because one of the things you guys noticed earlier is the Plinko machine, when it turned on, it just basically left the balls here. And if I want the balls to record a score, I need to actually have some building material down on the bottom here. I've already forgotten how to play. My God, this is what happens when you play games like Assassin's Creed, and what happens when you play other games that just exist on Nintendo Switch. You start getting very used to Nintendo Switch style buttons and everything. So I'm not using I am using concrete. There we go. So let's go ahead and build some more things here. I'm going to go ahead and extend the wall down a bit more. Right now, I'm not sure if I want to go down one or if I want to go down... I can't even see where that one went. I hope that didn't go where I was thinking it was going to go. I want to extend it down at least one panel. We're going to try to release it. There it goes. What the heck? We're just going to... there you are, wall. I can't talk, man. That's not fair. Hey. Nice. Okay, as I was saying, I'm just going to try to release this just a little bit so that way I can see what I'm doing. And I hope that the balls will roll out from under here to the right direction. I do need to clean this up a little bit more so we can kind of see what's going down here on the bottom. And then from there, we can actually see what we need to do to get buttons hooked up so I don't have to keep flying all the way up to the top to make the thing actually do what it's supposed to do. Okay, moment of truth. I think we got it. I think we got everything worked out down there. Let's go ahead and just start hooking up these guys one more time. And then we'll finally get this wired down below, so that way we can at least see what's going on with it down below. And not have to constantly fly up here for all the data that I need to get generated. So this should be all of them. Let's see where these Plinko balls end up down there. They should all end up in the middle without any issues. Okay, good, excellent. They all did, and we don't even know which one they fell into. They're all here. They all fell down perfectly in the center. So this means now we can try to capture data. And the only way we're going to capture data, at least as far as I can tell, is we want to try to see maybe if we can capture data with a proximity switch. I don't know, and I don't know if it will work or what I have to do to try to see if I can capture this data. But we're going to try to see if we can at least catch the balls, go by the proximity switches. And the only successful way I think I can think of this is to put proximity switches on every single one of these. And then what we're going to do up here is we're going to wire these guys down there somehow so we have button to push. And then we can see these things fly by the proximity switches. By the way, I had to put this there instead of the wall because it got stuck. Darn those things, right? There we go. We got organized lines that all go actually pretty organized all the way through. Even all the way over here it gets organized, and then it goes into random buttons. So I actually don't know which button is which anymore. Could actually switch it up a little bit. So now all I have to do here is connect the power line. The easiest way to do the power line, just kind of run these in parallel here and connect these all up together. And then from here I can make like a power junction, and I could actually put that right behind this if I wanted to. Or I could just cover this up, and there's a couple ways I could do it. So for example, let me go ahead and do this just so I can cover this section up with a random floor panel. Find my floor panel. Here we go. One floor panel. There we go. So that way it's covered up. And then from here we can actually attach power and tech and all that fun stuff. And then delete some of those later. I'll get to that in a few minutes when I get there. Okay, the Plinko machine has failed me because apparently this only works with my proximity sensor, but not like other things. That's interesting. Okay, so I've got a problem, folks. I tried to use the garage doors to register that the ball was there, and so the ball would eventually get kicked off like that. And then after that happened, the doors would magically close like so, and then just sort of reset itself, but that didn't quite work out the way I was hoping it was going to. So I'm kind of back to the drawing board about how this would work. So like when the ball landed, the balls would essentially land here, turn these, and then get pushed off, but it's not getting pushed off like I wanted. So, mystery. At least I got it to where every ball can land in the container, but then I can't measure properly how many balls I've got in the container. And that's my current problem right now. Okay, guys, I am back for like what feels like the third day of doing this wonderful Plinko machine. I learned a few new things about Plinko. One, it used to be called Pachinko, something like that. It used to be called Pachinko, and somehow it got misconstrued, and the name got changed to Pachinko. So I've learned a few different interesting things about a few things when I was asking. One, let me go ahead and go to Power Industry Tech and not really get a spear creator, but just get a random spear. Oh, I could just do that off of decoration, can't I? Let me just get it from the decorations here. So if I put a spear here, for example, I've learned that the spear does not actually activate the garage door. That's one. Second, I've also learned that if I put a spear here and I roll it into, for example, this guy's not going to roll because you're not actually the spear I'm looking for. But if I take a spear here and I stick it into the teleporter, oh my god, teleporter. Oh my gosh, why can't I say that word? If I do that with the teleporter, the spear will actually disappear and reappear at a different teleporter. But here's my issue. So let me delete this wall here. One thing I've learned is I can glitch this system, and I'm going to try to do it again with the concrete floor, is I have to do this, and I have to take my concrete floor, I have to find a section where I can go switch over to wire mode, go over to here, and then attempt to click until it kind of gets into position. And if I'm lucky, it will kind of get into position. I've already done it at least once, where I was able to get the thing into position. And as you can see there, it didn't quite do what I was looking for. So let's try that one more time. It's a little tricky. So according to Kibbles, it's actually a lot easier to do on PlayStation. It's just ridiculously hard to do on PC. So as you can see, I got my floor turned sideways, which is really cool. So I tried to do the same thing with the teleporter. Let me show you what actually happens with the teleporter when I try that. So I take my teleporter, I'm supposed to put it here, I take my wire, and I want it to go here, and what you end up seeing, regardless if I'm close enough or not, I'm just going to be in the way of that. Oh my god, stop. Okay, try that again. You're going to eventually see that I can get the green lighting to show up on a teleporter. And you can see how fast I'm having to click this ridiculously and trying to get the thing to make its mold and flip around like it should. Even if I came over to the side, I can almost kind of get the teleporter there. And there's a couple instances where I do, where it actually stands like it should, but it won't place, unfortunately. So I can't use a teleporter for this bottom row. So here's the thing. We're going to be deleting a lot of what I just built down here. So this, my wonderful power sources that have no purpose now. All of this is going away. We're going to just go ahead and go with a manual Plinko counter. Because not only do the proximity sensors not work, I've heard, according to Kibbles and a couple other people, that the proximity sensors apparently have some logistical flaws where they do not work properly. So all of that's going away. And we're just going to replace the entire thing. Oh, this is going to stay. I need this. But not the wire here. This entire thing is all going away along with that little line. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy out. We're going to put a floor in here. We're going to actually take this back out again. And I just lost my wall. Wonderful. Good job, me. So I'm wrapping up. As I'm talking here, I'm actually trying to wrap up my 500th episode. My 500 subscriber episode. Where I've had 500 subscribers. Subscribe to my channel for one reason or another, whether it's Minecraft, No Man's Sky, for tips, tricks, just because I'm a cool guy, just because they want to watch me, just because they just want to subscribe to me. Who knows why people do it? People subscribed. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for doing so. And I definitely look forward to doing more videos. I know I haven't done a whole lot of videos last couple months or so it feels like. It's only because I got sick. Like, it wasn't really fun. I got really sick with the cold, and then it came and did a resurgence. Why? Because you know when you have kids, your kids get sick, your parents get sick, your wife gets sick, your husband gets sick. Pretty much the entire family gets sick, and it's just not fun when that sort of thing happens. So I think this is about done as done can possibly be. So let's see if this works as intended, at least for Plinko. So we're going to go ahead and just fire off a couple of these random things. And actually, it's kind of cool because if we release them all, we end up with a different benefit than if we did one by one. I'll show you what happens if we do one by one. Let me release them all, and then I'll show you where they all land up one by one. So what's interesting is I thought I didn't fix the randomness of this nature, but I got like super lucky. Look at this. This is just insane. I hit one of every single one of these. That's amazing. I didn't think I could do this. That was flipping awesome. I just did every single one of these. I never thought I could do that. Usually it stacks up on each one. We're just going to toggle every single one of these. And what that will do if I toggle every single one of these is actually going to glitch it up a little bit to where each and every one of them gets bumped by every other one. The bottom become empty, and you can start to see if I get lucky it will hit every single one of these. That'd be kind of cool if it does. That one just made it in, and there's one more missing. Here he comes. Oh, and he didn't. I got there right on. So this one happened to be probably the hardest tank to do regardless, and I've just noticed that it just tends to be kind of more difficult to get that one little spot right here. Then this one here tends to be kind of the easiest one to drop in, as well as the ones over on this side. I just lost my number. That's crazy. 30 just disappeared on me. Oh, that's right, because I deleted the wall panel. So, yeah, what I was trying to say is what I originally wanted to do was have these things hooked up by like either a floor switch. They land on a floor switch, I get a score, and it lights up a score, and I go, oh, that's a score, yay. Or it lands on a proximity sensor. This is what I was really trying to aim for. It falls through, hit the proximity sensor, and go beep, and that proximity sensor lights up, sends a signal out to like an adder or something like that, takes a score of 20 and goes beep beep, it's 20. And then the next one that falls through the same spot, beep, it does the same thing and takes the 20 and adds the two together, it becomes 40. And then those two scores that were added together goes into the larger sum machine of the larger set of this. This was my original plan and my original idea. So I would have added up each and every score here, and that would have given me a giant score. So this would have been 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So about 210. I would have gotten a score of 210, essentially on a board that would just go beep, 210. if I had done what I just did here and got every single one of these dropped in, and with the exception of that 50 right there, right? And so that's what my original idea was, but it looks like I'm just going to have to be manually doing everything in terms of manually counting where all these wonderful Plinko things fall off to, and just find out what the score is after that. But otherwise, it seems to work pretty well, at least as far as I can tell. The Plinko machine is about done. Last bit before I go, folks. I wired these extra toggle switches so that way I can decide if I want to play the game with one switch going on, and I can just launch one ball at a time. For example, if I reset this and I leave the game and I come back, all these balls won't be here. So I can actually just play this with one ball falling at a time. Or I can choose how many balls I want to have fall. All of these auto switches are kind of connected together, so to speak. At least it's connected in the context of all these connect with those two. And then that connects up to this one, and then these ones all connect with these two. So depending on which auto switch I turn on and which one I keep off, I can actually toggle more than one ball. Such as doing this and having the whole set go off and just watching the whole thing fall and seeing what fun score I get. Let's see what I get. The balls are falling. We got a 20, we got a 30, we got a 40, and we got another 30. And the others are slowly making their way down little by little. We're going to be going for 50, 50, 50, 50, and a 10. Sweet! Alright guys, so I want to point something out before I leave. One thing I learned, I asked a bunch of folks about what's up, and one thing I learned, somebody's already made a Pachinko machine, and I didn't know that because I looked up Plinko. I said, No Man's Sky Plinko, nobody made one. So lo and behold, I learned a new word, that Plinko was originally called Pachinko. Never knew that, right? And so I guess I'm the second person to make a Plinko machine. Yay, right? I was originally trying to make this scored. I've never seen the other video of the other Plinko machine or Pachinko. I don't know how they did it, but I did mine via flags. I used glitched the flags so they would come up sideways like you see them all there. So that way you have a way for the thing to kind of bounce around. I use spears up at the top, wire the whole thing together so I can turn them on and off. I've put these wall switches here so that way I can shoot them all at one go, for example like this, and the whole thing gets launched, or I can turn them off and only turn on certain individual ones. And as these things are falling here, I put a score down here so that way I was trying to do this originally where the thing would go through a proximity sensor and go beep and get detected. So these two balls here would rack up a score of 60. It would go to an adding machine, take 30 plus 30, and it would equal 60. And so that way, every time it would add a score, any other balls would go in. It would go 30. Once up another ball goes in, and moves that 30 to the top row. Put the 30 on the bottom row, just adds them together. And then the overall idea would be to add the entire row, so that way I can see exactly how much I have. So that way I can take care of issues like this, where I've got more than one ball put into space. And usually I can get at most maybe 3 balls in one spot. So since it's not doing that, I tried a few things. As you saw a few minutes ago, I tried to do the teleporter. That failed me. I tried to do floor switches. That failed me. I tried to do other random switches in here, and that failed me, of course. And so I am left with the wonderful fact of, oh, I got 50, nice. With the wonderful fact that I am just going to be stuck with what I'm working on. And that's okay. I'm done with the Plinko machine, at least from a mechanical Plinko machine. And I put numbers on here so everybody can see the score. And you just have to be able to manually get a calculator and calculate this by yourself. I am sorry to say, but that's the nature of the game. So, oh well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there we go. All 6 did land. Okay, good. So we're going to go ahead and save this base. And for anybody who wants to know, this is on a creative server. So if you guys want to play Plinko or Pachinko, feel free to stop by this wonderful new stuff outpost here. And feel free to check it out and see what's there. And if you like it, hey, have some fun with it. Leave me some messages and whatnot. Last, before I go, thank you all again for 500 subscribers. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys subscribing. I hope I'm making some good content for you guys. I know I've missed out on like a month or two of content, and I'm hoping I can kind of get back into things. Here's 2 reasons why. 1, being sick, and 2, having a kid doesn't help, right? When you have kids, you have to spend a lot of time with them. You have to make sure your homework is done. You have to make sure like they play. You have to make sure you spend time and invest time into them, you know? And so that means games and stuff have to take a side seat. Not only that, I've also played Final Fantasy VIII. I couldn't help it, but I had to play the game. I had to play it. I've never played it in my life. So there you go. I played that and played that to the conclusion. And then got started again with Assassin's Creed 3. But that's one I can just kind of play as I go. You know what I mean? So, signing off. Here goes Koi Gaming. Alright, guys. Bye. Okay, we're gonna do something fun. I'm just gonna randomly attach all of the leads together, and we're just gonna go ahead and see what this does. If I just hit one toggle, everything goes. Let's see what happens. If I get them all to go at the same time, this would be kind of interesting. Let's see if I can win. What will I win? I got 30, 60. Oh, that almost fell right in the same spot. Okay, we got 70 times 2, that's 140, plus a 50, plus a 10. So 150, 200. I got to score 200. Hey, what's up? All right, bye.